Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending upon where you are joining us from. Welcome to yet another exciting webinar from Muvi. My name is Shivashish, and I'm your host for the evening. To kick things off, I would like to take the opportunity to give you a quick overview of Muvi. Founded in 2011, Muvi is headquartered in Virginia and was founded with a vision to disrupt the global streaming market. Muvi offers multiple streaming products that suit the needs of any businesses of all shapes and sizes, from small businesses to large enterprises. Muvi's scalable and flexible streaming product portfolio can adapt to any type of streaming requirements. From a complete OTT to fast channel, from on-demand streaming to live streaming, from audio streaming to video streaming, and from deploying websites to apps for mobile and TV ecosystems across 16 plus platforms, Muvi can do it all in a matter of few clicks and hours, all out of the box. Today, as we stand as one of the leading players in the streaming platform provider space, with our flagship product Muvi One rated as the #1 OTT platform on G2, and our live streaming product Muvi Live awarded as the best live streaming product of 2022 by the readers of the Streaming Media magazine. Muvi continues to scale and deliver not just in its features, but also in its services to its customers. Coming back to the topic for today's webinar, multi-device streaming is the need of the hour. Everybody is consuming content on the go, and the number of devices is increasing every day. From mobile phones to smart TVs, from streaming boxes to apps on STBs, from streaming ecosystem is growing at a rapid pace, and so are the number of third-party operating systems on which you need to be on in order to keep your viewers hooked on and engaged with your streaming service. Being able to stream across multiple devices and ecosystems has now become an essential requirement for any OTT streaming service. Multi-device streaming, however, also comes with its own set of challenges. How do you build apps for so many ecosystems? How do you keep all your apps secure and updated? How do you maintain these apps? How do you roll out features to your viewers and be consistent across all these applications? And most importantly, how and where will you get the skill set to build, maintain, and enhance apps that all use different tech stacks across different operating systems? So how do we deal with that? Well, to address this issue, today we have with us Siddharth Suvankar Nayak, who is going to tell us more about the technical aspects of multi-device streaming challenge and how Muvi solves it. Talking about our guest today, Siddharth is an accomplished product manager at Muvi who specializes in driving strategic decision, fostering collaboration between customers and internal teams, and delivering successful results. He has expertise in OTT, SaaS, mobile and TV applications, mixed reality, product strategy, UX research, and customer journey mapping. As a product manager, he believes in fostering a culture of innovation and experimentation. Now, before we start with the presentation, I would like to inform the audience that they can keep posting their questions in the Q&A box anytime during the webinar, and we'll address them at the end of the session. Now, let's go on with today's webinar. I invite Siddharth to take the mic. Over to you, Siddharth.
Thanks, Shivashish, for this warm introduction. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning to everyone who is who's attending this webinar. So first, before getting down to webinar, before talking about the topic, what exactly device fragmentation is, what are the problems, its solution, I'll ask everyone who is joining just to take a free trial at Muvi right now, because we have a surprise for you at the end. And mark my words, the surprise is gonna be great. So please take a free trial so I can actually guide you at that time how to avail that particular surprise. Now, coming down to today's topic, as Shivashish has already mentioned about what exactly this topic is, but to specify, we'll be mostly talking about fragmentation. So fragmentation about what OTT platforms have, device fragmentation, how that actually affect them, what all compatibility they have to look for in order to provide a seamless experience to their end users. Then we'll be talking about, since we have a problem and coming from a product background, we'll look into the solution we have, what exactly we can do to to solve all those problems we have right now. Then obviously we'll be talking about what exactly at Muvi, how do we solve that. This particular problem has been there long ago, and at Muvi we're very we're solving it very well. So we'll be talking about how we are solving it. Then as in the fourth point, we'll be mostly talking about the UI UX practices. That's gonna be a giveaway, that anyone trying to build an OTT platform, what exactly the UI or UX principle you can follow in order to give a greater viewing experience to your end user. Then as I said, a surprise that's gonna be try your apps. So for that to avail, you all have to take a free trial, and then we'll obviously open the session for Q&A. Now coming down to device fragmentation. Now I won't go into the text what exactly it was, a theoretical definition. In a very simpler form, device fragmentation is, if you have a platform, it can be an OTT platform, it can be an e-com website, and you want to host it in a various different devices. Now, as we know, in this trend, there are a lot of devices available, starting from a mobile application to a website, to smart TVs, to Xbox, to gaming console. So if you want to host your particular platform in various devices, then that's where the device fragmentation comes, because every particular device has a niche feature inside it, has a niche requirement inside it. Just take an example of an OTT platform. You must have seen Netflix in iPads and mobile application. So if an OTT platform wants to launch their platform in across range of devices, then they have to come through this problem of device fragmentation. Now there are a lot of device fragmentation example, but I have taken some important one that we all are aware about. When it comes to mobile application, there is something known as PIP, that is picture in picture. There is gesture control, there is Chromecast, there is AirPlay, there is offline viewing, or we say is it offline download, there is voice search. These are something that you won't find in website. When I talk about a Roku TV, then there is RFI, right? Request for information. It is something that you can consider as an Google SSO. This feature is actually required for a seamless user onboarding. There is global search, there is voice search, there is RED, that is Roku Event Dispatcher. Roku Event Dispatcher is a great feature right now that actually allows you to track your user journey, just to know that where exactly your user is facing problems. So you can actually change your service, like the journey, how you can optimize it. Coming down to Apple TV, there is AirPlay. Coming down to LG TV, that is Magic Remote. Coming down to Android TV, it's gonna be global search, voice search, and mark my words, the list continues. It's way more than the one that you're seeing it here. Now, as we talked about that, okay, so this was device fragmentation, and we saw that, okay, there are some examples of this device fragmentation. Now, why do we need to, from a business point of view, this is something that's way too technical, right? That, okay, LG has a Magic Remote, but Android does not have it. So what exact impact does it create on a business or a platform? Inconsistent user experience. Just imagine in an LG remote, in an LG application that you build, and you haven't given a Magic Remote functionality, user will face they will face a lot of problem while navigation, because the remote itself has a Magic Remote. Same as for other features or other examples that I've showed you in the previous deck. So in order to give a consistent user experience, you have to meet all this niche requirement of particular devices. Now, as I said, all the different examples that I showed, they're on different tech stack. So if you want to build application in all of these platforms, it increases your development cost. And as a business, we obviously look into ROI. So as it increases the development cost, because we need developers, we need QAs in all this different tech stack. It obviously involves, it increases the developmental complexity we have. Then inefficient content delivery. This is a very big problem, because coming down from an OTT platform, the major thing that any end user needs right now is consuming the content. Now, if the end goal is very problematic, the content delivery is very inefficient, then obviously you'll have user drop rate. So that is something that has a big impact if you talk about different devices right now in the landscape. Now, let's talk about how we can solve this. So there are various approaches, but I've listed down some major approaches that we can actually follow in order to solve this thing. So these are a comprehensive strategy. As a business, you need to have a particular comprehensive strategy that, okay, this is what you need to do. This is going to be your R1. This is going to be your R2. In order to do this thing, you need to have certain statistics and data, like what is your total addressable market? What is your total obtainable market? Once you have all these data points with you, you need to prioritize the device support. As a business, you can't, if you are running a pilot or if you want to launch a OTT platform, you can't obviously launch a platform in 9 across platform or 10 across like 10 different ecosystem. You need to prioritize that, okay, this is something that I need to do first, this is something that I need to do second. Then is use of responsive design. So a website and a TV application's user interface looks very different, and we have to use responsive designs for that are intuitive. Now you have to test extensively all the devices in order to give a seamless experience to your end user. Device specific support, you need to have SMEs, you need to have subject matter expert from all different ecosystem in order to give exact best support to your end user. Optimize your video delivery. Device specific feature, every particular device has its own niche feature, you need to give all of them. Then monitor user behavior, it is something that comes under analytics. So if you're launching your OTT platform in various different ecosystem, you need to track your user journey. You need to know that, okay, this particular user of yours is facing this problem in your LG device. So once you have that data with you, now this data point help you to optimize your service. You can think, okay, this is not the journey that I should do, I should use this journey. So you need to constantly track your user behavior. That's what an agile means, that take consumer feedback as quick as possible and optimize it as soon as possible. Now coming down to, as I said, a lot of problem we saw, a lot of resolution we saw, and now talking about that, what exactly our ecosystem helps you. So I'm proud to say that Muvi can solve all of these things that you saw in the previous deck. Like it is an one-stop solution for all your streaming needs. Doesn't matter that which industry you belong to. You belong to an e-learning industry, or you belong to an OTT platform industry, an entertainment industry. We are an one-stop solution for you. So we do provide a 360-degree device support. As in, right now we are available on 9 different ecosystem, on 9 different platforms, ranging from a website to smart TV application in 6 different ecosystem, and the list goes on. So then all our application are built on our own SDKs. So we constantly update our SDKs based on industry change, based on any tech stack revamp that we get, and that actually ensure that your end user are not facing any problem. Now we run on a microservice architecture. We don't have a monolithic development. Every single thing has its own module. We have API logs. If we face problem on a particular thing, we fix it ASAP. So that's how our microservice structure helps us, that a particular module, when it's gonna fixed, it's not going to affect, or it is not going to have impact on any other module that is currently available, or any of the ecosystem that is using those modules. Then obviously we have 24/7 support. We have our support engineers. We have SMEs who can help you round the clock if you have any problem with any of your devices. Now some UX practices. These are some standard UX practices mentioned by some of great UX designers, so that you can follow while designing your OTT platform. That's gonna be a simplified navigation. You need to simplify navigation because a OTT platform does not have much pages, but the number of content is more, and to search a content is very tough. So your navigation has to be easy. All your primary CTAs has to be placed on the right place so that user can access it. You need to have an intuitive design. I've already explained the need for it. Then optimize it for mobile devices. Right now there are a lot of websites that are not optimized for a mobile responsive device, but if you see the trend right now, mobile devices and smart TVs are the major medium of consumption of content. So we need to optimize our website for mobile devices. We need to ensure a fast load time, as in this is mostly dependent on how good your APIs are, how optimized your APIs are. At Muvi, we have a great testing team who works on ensuring that you actually provide a greater faster time, because the response time is the only thing that helps you to avoid user drop rate. Personalized recommendation, that is something that is achievable using machine learning only, that what I am viewing, I should get recommendation as per that. Enable easy searching. Just imagine a platform like Netflix where there are more than 5,000 to 10,000 content. You need to have your search services great so that it's easy for me to search anything I want to view. Then you need to enable smooth playback. We need to give clear feedback, as in if anyone has a problem, like there is something, I'm canceling a plan, I need to give a proper description to it. The primary CTS should be easy to understand. So as clear and as simple your application gonna be, the retention rate will increase by that number only. So these are some basic UX principles. There are a lot more to it. Now, as I said, that we had a surprise for you at the end. So I hope that we all have taken a free trial. I'll obviously take before you and show how things are gonna work. So try your apps is a recent feature that we have built on Muvi that allows any lead right now to build their own white labeled application. Now, when I say a white labeled application, it's gonna be your application. Logo, splash screen, everything is gonna be yours. You can share it with your team, like team members, family, friends, and ask them to view it. You can manage the application from your CMS on a real-time basis. And the best part is this white labeled application will be available to you in 5 minutes. Now, coming down to how you will avail it, as I said, take a free trial by navigating to www.muvi.com. Second step is under the hamburger menu. If you have taken it, in the hamburger menu, you will see there is a menu item known as Try Your App. Open it up. It has some basic form field that you need to fill, and click on build, and we'll wait for 5 minutes. So the application will be built and it will be delivered to you on the screen and to your registered email ID, and then you can use it. It's gonna be an APK file. So right now we provide this support both for mobile application and TV application and Android ecosystem. You can download the APK file, install it in your mobile application or TV using an USB, and please explore the application. So I'll take a free trial before you. So you need to navigate. So this is muvi.com. So you need to click on here. You have a login. So I've actually logged in. So it's showing me to log in. So here it will be like a free trial. You need to click on it and fill the data. Post filling the data, you will land up at something like this. It's our dashboard. Now this is something how you'll see it. Now under apps, you'll see Trio app. Now here, as you can see, we have two tabs, Android device or Android TV. It's up to you, whichever you want to try. I'll try a device. So very basic data which we will ask from you to create a white label application. So here, I guess, yeah. So let me make it as Siddharth. Now launch icon. So app launch icon is the icon that you see in your device. Basically the launcher icon for it. So I'll click and upload icon. It's downloads movie. Just give me one moment. Now let's upload a splash screen. How this works? Yeah, it works. Okay, just change this one. Okay, now as you can see, there is a CTA known as Build Your App. Click on Build Your App. And now it will just tell you that sit back and relax. So I hope everyone has tried it. So we will obviously wait for 5 minutes. It takes 5 minutes to build the application, and you'll get the application in 5 minutes. So we can have the Q&A during that time, and post 5 minutes we can come back to this particular screen and see how things are happening here.
Okay, sure. Thanks, Siddharth.
Over to you, Shivashish.
Yeah, thank you, Siddharth. So before we start the Q&A, we also have a list of poll questions that should be visible on your screen. So just give a quick answer to all of them. This helps us to analyze our audience, clients, and customers in a better way. So coming back to the Q&A questions, I have a question from John. He says that I believe the webinar will be recorded and shared after the webinar. Yes, John, definitely. It will be shared with you and with all the attendees and all the people who registered. Also, if you want to look at more such webinars, you can subscribe to all our social media platforms. You will find our webinars there also. So coming back to the next question, Julie says that how important is it for the OTT platforms to prioritize the development of their platform on the devices that are most popular among their audiences?
Right. So Shivashish, it's actually very important. Like as I mentioned in my initial slide, it has a great impact. So if you actually want to provide a great like seamless experience to your end user, it's highly important for you to strategize this particular thing. So it's actually important for the admins to know this thing, and obviously they have to follow different principles for this. As I said, like you need to understand that which market you're in that particular market, which ecosystem, as in which TV or which if it's website or if it's gonna be mobile application, then what is the maximum like market share which device has. So once you have that, you will understand that okay, so this is what I need to launch my application, at least in the first version. Then you'll understand that what is the total available market, then what is the serviceable and obtainable market. So these are various factors that you need to understand, and once you have all these data points with you, your strategies are gonna hit and you're gonna launch a great OTT platform.
Okay, thank you, Siddharth. We have a question from Robin. He asks that can you provide any insights or trends on how the device landscape for OTT platform is evolving, and how can OTT platforms stay ahead of the curve?
Right, like it's a great question. So right now, the OTT curve is actually so we are seeing a great trend right now in smart TVs, and initially it was mobile application. Right now, people are getting into smart TVs, and to be very specific, it's Roku. Roku right now has a great market share and obviously viewed and Hisense TV. Along with that, Netflix recently has launched into gaming console also. People are launching VR and AR based games that's actually being integrated with OTT platforms. So you need to launch your application on smart TVs in order to stay ahead of the curve.
Okay, another interesting question is coming on screen. So this question is by Raghav, and Raghav says that can you share any examples of how OTT platforms have successfully managed device fragmentation and provide a consistent user experience across multiple devices?
The best example is Netflix. So if you see Netflix smart TVs, if you see Netflix mobile, it has a way like the hell and heaven differences between the design we see, right? So Netflix is a great example. They have captured the market very well. So in the initial days, Netflix was only available on website, but as they saw a trend that no, people right now, everyone after this internet penetration, and so people are more into mobile devices and smart TVs, right? We saw a great increase in the TV manufacturers in smart TV domain. So Netflix took the right pivot at the right time. So they launched their mobile application, they launched their TV application. Right now, TV app Netflix is available in most of the TV ecosystem. Along with that, the previous example, Netflix has recently launched into gaming console also. Another example can be Hulu. So Hulu's web app is one of the best web app I have ever come across. So Hulu, what they did is the web app is responsive with any screen size we have right now in the market or in the industry. So these are two specific examples, Shivashish.
Okay, thank you. There is another question by Robin. He says that talking about the demo that you were showing, Android applications. So how will it be different than a properly coded application? Like, is there any difference between the two?
No, Robin. So there's no difference between both of them. So it's the standard application that we give in Muvi. Once you if you subscribe to Muvi, also the first standard application that you get is gonna be the same. Now the best part is just the point is that after 14 days this particular app won't work. So what we want to give the leads a very wow effect that in just 5 minutes you can try around the application and try and post that only subscribe to it. But it's gonna be remain the same. All the features that you're seeing on Muvi, it's available on the application that you built right now. Along with that, it's anything you can manage anything right now on real time from your CMS.
Okay, I hope this answers your question. The next question is coming from Ram. He says that for e-learning platforms, the data privacy is extremely important. So will the applications have a secure interface as to login access and everything?
Right, Ram. So mostly this data privacy and these are all business layer. So this is mostly being handled on the backend side, not on the front end side. But it's easily like in Muvi, data privacy is obviously taken into consideration. So no worries. The application can handle it. Like if you can specify that what exactly the data privacy you mean, then we can discuss more on this. But just to answer in a very high level, the data is secured with us, no worries, if it comes to e-learning platform also.
Okay, so that's all the questions we have. Siddharth, if we can go on the demo, if the demo is ready.
Yeah, just give me one moment. I hope that it's.
And meanwhile, our audiences can still ask their questions. The Q&A box is still open.
Okay, so as you can see, I hope it was just 5 minutes only. So as you can see, your standard white label application is ready. Simply click on download app. And as you can see, Siddharth.apk file has been downloaded. So APK file are mostly the application extension in Android. So this you can try for Android TV and Android device also. Not just here. You can check it in your email ID. So I've used an Yopmail. So yes, you get your email ID here. You can download it from here. You can install it. You can just another thing. Just you can manage your mobile apps. So this is something where you can handle your application form, but you can manage it from your VD. We do have a VD. That's a visual designer for mobile application. That you can handle it like the application that you saw, as I was saying, what's the difference between the current application that we built and our standard application is the same. The current application that you're seeing here is the one that I've recently downloaded. You can manage it from here, you can customize it, and everything, all this magic, you can see it in real time. So that was just from my demo side. Thank you all for listening to me and having me as a speaker.
Siddharth, I have another question from
Yeah.
Ramjit. He says that can I host the platform in my own server?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I hope this answers your question. So this question, thank you, Siddharth, and this concludes our session for today. Now, Muvi keeps conducting webinars each month on some interesting industry topics and also showcases some of Muvi's best offerings. I would personally request all of you viewers to keep a lookout for our social media channels and the websites for the registration link for the upcoming webinar. Once again, thank you for tuning in once and allowing us to present with more such informative and value-adding webinars. As a small token of appreciation, we would like to give out an informative brochure to be viewed on later. This is your host Shivashish signing off. Until next time. Thank you, everyone.